Another year, another home studio tour. This is 2025. This is what I use to make high quality music productions and video productions. All right, so we're gonna do a little tour. I'm gonna show you around the place, but I'll also talk about the main pieces of gear that I do not wanna live without after I tried it. And those are specific things that I just gotta have, man. I just gotta have certain things now. Now that I done taste the finer things in life, I can't go back. You know, I gotta maintain that lifestyle, sort of like a wife that's getting alimony. But listen, we are going to talk about gear and we're gonna talk about the process a little bit. So let's get into it. But first, the best place to get music gear. If you like anything that you see in here, go ahead and get your gear from Zounds. Use my link in the description. You know, I get a little piece from it, but hey, I'm giving you the information, so it's a fair trade. The best thing about Zounds is if you are not a ballerific, ballaholic, tycoon status, all that's from E40 by the way, but if you're not making a lot of money, then you can go ahead and get you a payment plan. And the payment plans are good because some of them don't even need a credit check. So you don't have to get your homeboy to get you the number of the person that does them CPNs, you know what I mean? You can stay clean. Zounds has the best payment plans in the game because you can actually stretch them out longer than most other retailers. So click the link below, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up and that subscribe, and let's get into the video. So first off, let's talk about the desk. The desk, man, it's a really cheap desk. I got it off of Amazon. I think it was like $250 or something like that, and it has the racks in there. So I mean, it also comes on wheels, so it's like, I mean, it's kind of wobbly, it's kind of janky a little bit, but what do you expect for like a couple $100? You know, I will upgrade eventually, but this thing, I mean, it's serving its purpose right now. Oh, and by the way, I'm leaving a link in the description for every single thing that I talk about, so let's keep going. This is my ASUS monitor. It's a 32-inch monitor, and I got it because I also edit video, and this is supposed to be the correct color or whatever that you need in order to get the accurate colors from your color grading. It's a great monitor. It's all I need. I had a wide monitor on top of it, but it was just too tall and I was hurting my neck, man, just trying to like see all of that. But this one monitor works fine. And then I also have my MacBook Pro for a second monitor. Speaking of, this is a M1 Pro. So this thing is still going strong. It has 1 terabyte, 16 gigs of RAM. So not even that crazy spec'd up. It was like the $2,500 one, which is like the second one up after the lowest one. So, I mean, it's been working, and I really don't see no reason to upgrade. I even had the 16-inch MacBook Pro before this one. It was the Intel one, and this one just blew it out of the water, man. Any of Apple's computers, like any of the new ones with the M chip, is gonna be fantastic for making music, fantastic for video editing. You really can't go wrong. The Neumann MT48 is my main audio interface right now. I love this audio interface. It sounds amazing. I did a couple of videos on it if you wanted to check that out. I compared it to all of the audio interfaces at the time that I had, and this one sounded the best. It sounded the best to me. But there are some give and take things with this interface particularly, and it takes a long time to boot up. It gets hot. And also it glitches. It does glitch. Like every once in a while, my audio will come out choppy and I'll have to turn it off and turn it back on. I think everything else is really cool about this. It's a little confusing in those menus, but then once you figure it out, it's like, it makes total sense. And what I'm doing is using this as a converter, really. Well, I'm using it as my main interface, but I'm also, when I record, I actually record into what we're gonna talk about next, which is the Apollo. And let me move this out the way. But you know how an Apollo looks, you know, that's the Apollo. And I love the Apollo because of the DSP. I know I said my computer is fast and everything, but when you get large projects, it's just good to have DSP, like extra, it's just extra power. Why wouldn't you want extra power? No matter how much power you have, if you can have extra, then it's cool, you know. So what I do is I just connect the Neumann MT48 ADAT going to the Apollo, coming in and out, so that I can use it as extra I/O if I need to. So using these in conjunction together, things have been sounding really, really good. It is because Neumann is doing all of the conversion, and I'm still able to use the DSP from the Apollo, so I can record with little to no latency. This is the way I'm doing it now until I try the Apollo Gen 2. If the Gen 2 is you know, sonically comparable to the Neumann, then maybe I would focus on just running one machine, because that's a lot easier. But based on the samples, I'm not that confident. I think I am in love with the Neumann sound now. So I'm probably gonna stick with the Neumann sound. So yeah, this is my main interface for the foreseeable future. All right, so as much as I love this thing, and I really, really love it, it's not really a must-have. It's a amazing to have. It's a great to have, fantastic to have. But you can use an Apollo, like, which is right above that. You can use a Focusrite. You can use whatever. I would love to have a Symphony, special edition Symphony, but I mean, it's not you don't really need it, you know. This is all I need. So you can see right behind me, I have the Neumann KH120 2nd edition, something like that. Yeah, these are Neumann monitors that sound amazing. The clarity in the mid-range and the high-end just sound fantastic. I have a Kali sub, which is a cheaper sub, connected to it, and it still sounds amazing. I think it needs a sub. Without it, you know, you don't really feel that bass that, you know, I need to feel the bass a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I like having a sub, even if it's not 100% all the way accurate or whatever, because a lot of times I mix with my VSX Slate headphones, because that's a perfectly tuned environment, even if it's a virtual one. Of course, real is better than virtual, but having a perfectly leveled environment or whatever, it just makes mixing much easier. Even though mixing on these are amazing. Now, I will say that these are loans, so I'm gonna have to send these back eventually, but I think I'm gonna buy them though. You know, they're $1,000 a piece and they sound fantastic. And it's kind of hard for me to go back to like regular monitors now because of the clarity that I'm getting with it. And that helps me, like, especially when I'm creating like sounds and different things. I wanna put it in a certain place in the mix. It makes it, you know, easier to actually hear where you put in things, you know? And also it just, you can hear the fullness of whatever sound that you're trying to create. And I like that. What's crazy is that they're only 5-inch monitors, but they sound really big, sound really dope. And I really love these. All right, so now you can see on my rack, I got a couple Furmans, power conditioners, and these things probably save my equipment a bunch because, you know, and when you live in an apartment, power goes out. I remember at my old apartment, the power used to go out for no reason at all, and it would just come back on. But that can fry equipment sometimes if there's a surge. So these Furman ones, you don't really need to get this one, like the super expensive one. I don't know the difference really between that one and this one, except that this one has like a digital readout, which I don't really need. But yeah, it also has these cool little, what you call these? Lights. What you call these? Lights. Yeah. You got the little light right there, which makes it, you know, cool when you are tweaking things or whatever. Right under the Furman is this Newton channel, and I did a bunch of videos on trying to find like my perfect vocal chain that I can afford. You know what I'm saying? This right here really changed everything because I was getting different pieces, trying different pieces together. I hadn't even tried a hardware EQ until this one. I'm absolutely amazed by the quality of this thing. And the best thing is that you have your preamp, your equalizer, and your compressor all in one. And not only that, you have this silk section, this texture section that adds harmonics to it. So I can choose this red harmonic right here and dial that in like that. And then I can change it to blue, dial that in. I never use the blue because I mostly use it for vocals, and the red hits the higher harmonics. So that's kind of what I focus on when I'm doing vocals and stuff like that. But man, I really love this thing. I really love the whole concept. This is definitely one of my must-haves. I gotta have this now when I record. I don't want to record without it. So yeah, definitely the Neumann channel is a must-have for me. The Native Instrument Control S49, I love this for my keyboard. This is my favorite keyboard. This is the best keyboard I've ever used. This basically because I'm heavily invested into Komplete. So I have Komplete 14. I think they're on 15 now, but you don't really need to upgrade every time. But based on what I got right now, I mean, this thing is amazing. Like amazing to be able to like have access to all of these instruments. And there are quite a few instruments on here. I'm looking at the Arteria stuff right now. And just that alone is like having a gang of synthesizers, you know? And you can like just create so quick with something like this, and it really just makes it easy. So for me, this keyboard is a must-have. I haven't seen any other keyboard that I like as much as this one. So it's a must-have. So the Ableton Push. This for me is definitely a must-have. This is the Ableton Push 3. I love this thing. It changed the way I make beats. With this, the Ableton Push 3, it actually helped with my melodies. And you might think that you can't play melodies on pads, but these pads, for me, once you get to know it, once you understand it, you can treat it as an instrument, and you can actually play this thing, especially with the expressive additions that it has now. Now you can, you know, slide your finger across the different pads and make different sounds and stuff like that. So, I mean, this thing is great. It's not the best, and when I say standalone, I mean just only using the Push 3 to control everything and look for everything. I don't do that. You know, I use my keyboard, but this is still a fantastic way to make melodies, the way to be creative, and a great way to mix. I love mixing with this. So for me, hands down, this is the best pad controller for me. And this is definitely a must-have. Speaking of the keyboard, I need a good keyboard, and it always needs to be wireless, and it has to have the letters light up, you know, so that I can see in the dark, and I don't, you know, I'm not fumbling around trying to see what key command it is, you know. This really helps. So this one is the Logitech. I mean, it matches perfectly with the MacBook Pro. It's the same space gray, and it's actually made for Mac. So I'll have the link in the description. I forgot the name of it, but this is the Logitech keyboard for the Mac, and it's fantastic. I recommend. So this one is definitely must-have because it has everything that I need, everything that I wanted in a keyboard. Sometimes people are surprised that I use a trackpad as my main way of controlling software, but I just love having the gestures and stuff like that. So this is a must-have, absolutely, for me when I'm creating music. I gotta have this, you know, or else it's just like it's inconvenient for me. Man, I've been trying to learn this thing for a while. I use it sometimes, but I just forget to use it because I'm so used to using the trackpad. But I've had this for like a year or two, and I still haven't really dived into it. So it's not really a must-have. It's not a must-have, but it's a nice to have. And eventually, you know, because I do get the value of it, but eventually I'm gonna learn it. So over here, this is like a little side buggy right here, and I put my headphones on it. and you can also put, you know, a drink in there. I got some hard drives in there and some remotes. And yeah, you know, basic stuff like that needs to come in handy. It's actually becoming a must-have because you always need a place to put your stuff, man, just to stay organized. With the lights in my last studio, it was those little individual LED lights, and I wanted something that's more consistent, more professional looking. So I got this right here from Govee. This is a, what is it, like a rope light? I think they call it rope LED light. And I mean, you could change it to any color with an app. It's fantastic. I really love it. And I got it going all the way around, you know, well, you can't really see, stand up here. As you can see, I got it going all the way around the base of the wall right here, all the way to over here. And it's just fantastic, man. I really like that vibe. And I'm gonna get like 3 other ones, you know, I'm gonna get 3 more. You know, because I want to like go all the way around the room, and also want to go up the corners too, you know. So that's gonna be like more than 3. But I'm gonna get some more, man. But they, you know, they kind of pricey. They're like 100 a piece, so I just get them one step at a time. Right here's another Govee light. You can make it, you know, you can control it with the app and everything, and do the same things. I love these Govee lights, because they can, you know, give you all of the different colors and stuff like that, but they don't have to break the bank. This is called a corner light, I believe, and, you know, it's real dope. So this right here is my standalone setup for now, just for now. I love having a standalone setup so I don't have to like deal with the computer sometime. As you can see, the MPC is the star of the show. This is the MPC Live 2. Down here, you see these speakers are actually high-end speakers. They're like 500 a piece, and they sound amazing. These are the Neumann NH80s, I believe. So more Neumann speakers, monitors, and they sound really good, especially paired with the MPC over here. You know, the MPC has its own speaker, but it doesn't, and it's not gonna hit like those monitors, obviously. So, and they're small and everything like that. I'm gonna get some stands for them and everything. And then this whole area will be transformed into more of just like my standalone area. And I'll have some synths over here again, you know, once I start collecting synths again. But for now, I'm just using that MIDI controller. So let's talk about the MPC. Absolutely love the MPC Live 2 for portability and being able to, you know, go anywhere and make a beat. This thing is amazing, and I want to be able to use it even more than I've been using it. This has the speaker on it. It also has the battery inside of it. I mean, it's fantastic, man. Woo! Had that thing turned all the way up. Hold on. Let me play you something. And I like the new software, man.
You probably can't tell, but these are black speakers. They look kind of blue right now, but yeah, these are the nice little NH80s. They're gonna run you a bag, they're gonna run you a band actually. So $1,000. I got it on these yoga pads right here because they help with the sound absorption, you know, vibration and all that. So fantastic, especially for a secondary production spot.
Okay, this right here is definitely a must-have. I know what you're thinking. Jack, all I'm seeing is a curtain. You're damn right you're seeing a curtain. This is a sound absorbing curtain, and also it's a blackout curtain. So for making videos and creating music, this thing literally changed the sound in the room. It really did. I could tell immediately. I could hear a lot more detail. So this is definitely a must-have for any room with a window. And of course, a major must-have is acoustic treatment. Even though I don't have a whole lot, you know, I got some, and I need a lot more, especially for the ceiling. I got a really high ceiling, but what do you know? I got a fan right there too. So instead of a cloud, what I need to do is just put some more sound absorbent stuff up there, but these ceilings so tall, so I'm gonna have to get me, I have to get like a taller ladder. I don't have a ladder tall enough, not yet. So this right here, this microphone right here is definitely a must-have for me because this is my sound now. I really love this Atlantis, this Lauten Audio Atlantis. Sounds amazing on my vocals, especially when it's going through the Neumann, Newton channel, going directly from there into the MT48. That combination just seems to sound really dope, really professional, really clean and full, you know? So I really absolutely love this microphone. It's my go-to for now, you know? I really only use this microphone and one other microphone. Let me move that one out the way. And that's this baby right here. This is a Telefunken masterpiece, you feel me? So this right here gives you that extra saturation from the tube. It's super clear. The high end is sort of bright, but it's very smooth. And it just sounds organic, it sounds good. And it also sounds great going through the Newton channel. Not the Neumann, I keep saying Neumann. That's that Neumann branding. But yeah, it's going through the Neve Newton channel and it sounds fantastic, man. I'm doing a song called Lift Heavy, and this made my vocal sound bigger than life, even though it's small. Like, I don't know, you get a real nice thick sound out of this, especially paired with the right preamp and compressor. Sounds amazing. So as a pro video guy, I also wanted to talk about some of the stuff I use to create content. And surprisingly, even as a professional, this camera right here is actually one of my favorite cameras. This is the Osmo Pocket 3 by DJI. It also comes with this little microphone thing right here, so it connects automatically. I love this thing. I take it with me everywhere, and I actually probably film way too much stuff because I always have this with me. I'm just like shooting everything. I like this better than having to use my camera for content. My phone for content, and if your phone is all you got, then it's fine. You know, use your phone. And I even got the 16 Pro Max because it has the Apple Log, and the camera is amazing on that. But it's not like as easy as this because this is a dedicated camera and I don't have to worry about all of the other distractions that's going on with the phone. And that's huge. And also I can monitor myself very easy so I can see how the frame look, and that's huge. And another huge thing is it's a gimbal. It's a gimbal and it can like follow you. So it as you move, it can track you. And if you're by yourself and you're trying to do some content, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't get this. If you can afford it, go ahead and get this thing, man. This thing and just use it. Just use it constantly. And I bet you will make way more content than you were gonna make if you got a more expensive, confusing camera and you didn't really understand how to use that camera to the fullest. You're not gonna take it with you as much. And if it's like super pricey, sometimes you have a second thought about taking it certain places, you feel me? So this right here, people don't even know you're shooting. I really absolutely love this thing. And yeah, this is a must-have for sure. For sure. So I'm shooting with the Osmo Pocket 3 right now just to show you how it looks. Does it look that much different? I mean, I think it's very doable, very usable. So especially for just showing off, music production and, recording, doing content, coming up with skits, doing vlogging, food vlog, travel vlog, whatever you're trying to do. I mean, just get good at framing, get good at shooting, understanding that part of it, and understand that you want to master this tool. You want to make sure that you actually creating dope content with it. You can definitely show off your art, show off your day, vlogging and everything like that, and this can help expand your brand. So must have for me. And the audio on this DJI mic is not too bad. I like it better than this newer microphone here. So I also wanted to show you the camera that I use for most of my high-end productions. This is the Sony a7 IV. Absolutely fantastic camera. This camera has been fantastic, high quality, super high quality photos and video, which I needed both. I needed both video and photos. So this camera really is a content beast, especially for like making high-end productions. It has a 6K, it has a 5K sensor, I believe. Yeah, 5K sensor, or no, it might have a 7K sensor that converts down to 4K, something like that. I forgot, it's either 5 or 7. I know it's an odd number. Or is it 6? No, it's definitely not 6. So yeah, anyway, this is a very high-end camera, and I absolutely love it. The lens that I have on it, it's the only lens that I've used with it so far, and it is the Sony. It's a Sony G lens, and it's the 20-70. So super wide angle, and then you can go super close. So this is perfect for vlogging. It's perfect for just like trying to get a bunch of shots at once. You want to run and gun, and it's really good with photos. The actual quality of the lens and the camera is fantastic. So this is a full frame camera, so you're gonna get better low light. You're gonna get a wider view when you're shooting, and it's just, the quality is just amazing on this. So I love the Sony cameras. I had a Panasonic before. I would go back to Panasonic. I don't really care, long as the quality is dope. And I know they have the the Panasonic S5 2X. The X is the one I want, which is really more suited for video. And you know, it has the fan in it, so it doesn't overheat. But I don't know, something about the Sony quality I really like. So I'm sticking with Sony for now. I really want an FX3, but I feel like they might come out with a new camera soon. So I'm trying to hold off to see if they come out with an FX4 or something like that, or FX3 Part 2, however they name it, weird ass names. But yeah, so this is my Sony camera rant within a home music studio tour. Go figure. So I wanted to show you this camera right here. This is the Blackmagic 6K, and as you see, it has the little teleprompter thing on there, just in case I wanted to, read something that I can't remember. So this comes in handy, and it helps speed up the process. But the actual quality of this camera still is fantastic. It is not a full frame camera, but it doesn't really need to be. The quality is just, it's cinematic for lack of a better word. And using this, everything looks amazing, but it doesn't have autofocus. It's heavy, you have to rig it out. So most of the time I just keep it on these sticks right here, because unless I'm doing something that's more cinematography based, then I really don't use this as much, because the A7 IV really does everything I need to do, but I still keep this because it is the quality is fantastic, and I'm planning on shooting some movies and shooting some series and everything like that, and this will come in handy. So that's it, my people. You've seen the whole studio. See, this thing comes in handy. And if you wanted to buy anything you see, remember the links are all down in the description. If you have any questions, just get at me. And yeah, until next time, make good music, make good art, and be good to yourself and each other, all right? That's such a beautiful message. Just enjoy that. Enjoy that positivity for the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next one.